Hello, I'm Frost and welcome to part 3 of my Amazon in-depth series for the turn-based strategy game Age of Wonders Planetfall, and I'm using the Sinumbra's secret tech. Welcome back, and let's do a very quick recap. So I'm playing the Amazons with Sinumbra's secret tech. As you can see from the map, I have kind of managed to gain a whole landmass pretty much all to myself, surrounded by water. On the diplomacy front, I'm doing pretty well at the moment. I'm at war with T1, but I didn't start that war. I got brought in due to an alliance with Adam, so I had to agree to the war. But the main thing is with T1 is that T1 is down in the southeast here, and Zana is between me and T1. So I'm not expecting any issues with that at the moment. And hopefully Zana will go to war with T1. Zana will be my biggest issue, as always. The Dvar, no matter what I try and do, I have a non-aggression pact at the moment, but I always seem to fall foul of the Dvar. So we will see what happens with Zana, but that's my sort of main area of concern. With regards to training, my military, I've done all my tier 4 stuff, working on some tier 5 stuff now, so I'm doing bombardment, so I get a nice heavy unit for my troops. I've gone and trained right up to level 6 with the amplified bioresonance, so I could get the amplified field pylon, which allows me to do more damage, which is going to come in really handy doing sites. And I'm then probably going to maybe work on one of these down here, maybe communal torment, as it will give me some strategic operations, which I'm kind of really short of, like sort of offensive ones. So that's the plan with that. The society tree, once again, pretty much done everything up to tier 4. Except energy development, which I'm not really that bothered about, except maybe the scepter upgrades. So I may just do that. At the moment, I'm focusing on gain stewardship so that I can get the advanced wildlife militarization skill, which will make my animal units stronger and gain XP faster, or they get more vitality. Then I will do operation effectiveness so I can get the extra doctrine slots, so I can then make use of that advanced wildlife militarization without using any of my other doctrines. And then probably maybe just do energy development, because by that point it should only take maybe 1 turn. I'm really trying to boost up my research as I plan to use my doomsday weapon, and I will need to deploy those at some point. I'll definitely need cosmite, because you need 50 cosmite per pylon, so per doomsday weapon, so you need 3 of them. So I'm going to need 150 cosmite at some point, so I need to be aware of that as well. With regards to my doctrines, let's have a look. There we go. So I've got the technologist. So it gives me those extra 2 tactical operation points as I'm trying to clear up sites at the moment. So that comes in really handy and makes them cheaper to use. I've got the economist, which gives me 10% additional income because I'm really trying to build up that energy. Ecological warfare, which gives me status effects on my units and also gives me extra heal on the strategic map. And ecological construction, which gives me plus 10 production for every forest sector within my domain. And I've been using rapid reforestation. In fact, let's use that right now. I'm basically doing it on all of my colonies and making sure that I transform as much of my colonies as possible into forests, as I get bonuses within the forests and it impedes the movement of other units that are not Amazon. All right, so that's pretty much that. So what we're going to do is we're going to prime that again. There we go. As you can see, I've been pretty much priming all my stuff as well to make sure it's all available to me. So I've been sort of spending my energy, but that's really my focus now, is on the next few turns is building up my energy. Now, the other element as well is I created this new colony right here, Olindel. And Olindel is going to be energy focused, as you can see. Then I'm going to create my standard military infrastructure and my laser defenses, because I need those as standard pretty much on all my colonies. And then what I'm going to do is, just for now, I'm just going to push that up so that everything goes into my food development, because I need to grow that colony and grab just a couple of sectors so that I can acquire those and annex those as energy colonies. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take my pretty powerful army here, which is all my units have been modded, by the way. We're going to take them up there and we're going to attack this site. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly refresh the onto the next turn. And then we will attack this site, do the manual combat for that, and see what happens. Right, catch up with you literally in a sec. All right, so I've moved forwards 1 turn, and all I've done is literally just a bit of housekeeping. So at the moment, I'm making sure that all my colonies, I am now working on, let me go to, let's say, add a win. I'm making sure that I'm adding the improved military infrastructure and the advanced military infrastructure to make sure they're as defensible as possible. Just because I don't trust Zana, and I've got a good situation right now with, in terms of energy. It's going to slow down my research a little bit, because obviously I'm not going to use them just to produce research to generate knowledge, but it's something I want to do at this stage of the game. So it's going to take 9 turns, as you can see, just to get those structures in place, because these are not production focused. So I've done that for that colony and for cereal as well. So same thing there. Lavender Wheel is doing fine. You can see it's already at its like maximum militia of 1660, because it's my HQ, so it gets a bonus there as well. My production's pretty good on there, 195. Although my main production colony, oops, let me close that, is down here, and that's Gobenlass. Yeah, Gobenlass. So you can see I've got a plus 250 on my production, and on top of that, because of the research skills, I can now do the Civil Engineering Guild as well, which is a level 5, which gives me my absolute maximum production. Then because I've got this extra site here, the Synthesis Network landmark, whilst it gives me a synthesis bonus, and I don't have synthesis, that doesn't help me, it does actually give me a plus 15 accuracy on all my units that I produce here. So that's a bonus, I'll take it. So it's only going to take 2 turns to train that up. So I'm going to do that and then pop back to producing energy. I really want to get up to about 1,000 energy if I can, so I can then just start pumping out troops as and when they're needed. I don't want to do it right now because that just adds to my upkeep. So I just want to be in a position where I can produce very quickly. And apart from that, I've got my various kind of units sort of floating around on the map that I'm kind of doing sort of search with. So for example, I think over here, there we go, I've got a Shrike at the moment just kind of floating over in this direction to try and find the borders with Adam there. And then I'll probably go down south to just see what's in there, but that looks just like ocean, to be honest. And then I think that's about the only unit I've got out at the moment. Oh no, there you go, I've got one here as well. So we can send that one over here and maybe start taking a look around near T1. I could probably deploy a monitor somewhere around here near Kadrov so I can see what kind of units are there. So I'm keeping my eye on Zana, because you can see Zana's got quite a few units here. Her main units there, 1404, 748 power, and 685. And I'm not sure, that looks like T1s. Yeah, that's T1, so I'd like to know what units are there. I'm going to try and see if I can get a little bit closer before I deploy my monitor. But anyway, what we were going to do was, there we go, is to take this army here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and I think we're going to try and take this site, because we're going to get bonuses from this site. So what's the situation? Low risk. Okay, well, we'll go through the process anyway. There we go. So we're going to manual combat and see what kind of tile layout we've been given. Okay, so just kind of a forested area. Right, let's speed that up a little bit. Okay, those little kind of balls with the discs on the side, they're the guys that I really want to focus on taking out, because they're going to give bonuses to the other units. And then I just got to be careful of this guy here. He's pretty heavy on armor. Yeah, he's got 7 armor, so I'm going to have to try and focus on getting rid of that armor as well. So what we're going to do is let's just pop these guys into place. Okay, I've got a war cry with this hero, so I will do that once I've got all the units nearby. So let's get my heroes under cover. We'll pop you into Overwatch straight away. Let's see, we'll move my Harrier over the top. There we go, put you into defensive mode. We'll pop you above my other hero, that's my Siren. There we go. And then we'll pop our plant. We'll pop our plant, where should we pop our plant? 2 hexes away, I think it has to be 1, 2. Yeah, I'll put my plant here so I can get the war cry on my plant as well. And then we'll move these guys to the back. Notice how I'm leaving a gap here. That's going to be for my pylon. I'm going to try and maybe use both pylons, both the regenerative one and the amplifying one. And then what we'll do is we'll do our war cry. There we go. Everybody's affected by that. Good. Right, it triggered an Overwatch for some reason. But okay. All right, so let's end turn. Alright, that missed. That wasn't an issue. Alright, he looks like he's about coming into range.
Operations available.
Alright, so first thing is let's get our pylon in. So we'll get our nourishing field pylon and we'll pop it right there. Target cannot be affected. Oh, okay, so it looks like I can't use my nourishing field pylon, which is annoying. So what we're going to have to do then is, as we've got it, we'll use our amplifying field pylon. So we'll select that, we'll pop it in there, and that should affect all of my units. There we go. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get rid of the armor on this guy. So I believe I can get some, remove some armor with my plant. Okay, did that remove the armor? Let's have a look. No, it didn't seem to remove the armor for some reason, so that was a bit bizarre. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy because he is my biggest issue because he's a melee guy. So let's do the strike first, get an airstrike on that. Alright, good. And then my venom rifle should do the job. There we go.
Enemy down.
Okay, we'll use... can we get... Oh, they're close enough. Yeah, we want to scan these guys as we've got 3 of them. Or I could scan... decisions. I'm going to scan these guys as there's 2 of them. And whilst there's one less than the other units, they're kind of more critical for me. They're my main focus. So I really want to be going after these guys. So I'm going to try and mind flay. Got a 60% chance. Okay, that's looking fairly good. So we've got a graze on that. Okay, and can my hero reach? No, so my hero's just out of range. Let's see if I can move my hero. Let's spin the camera around a little bit. There we go. If I move my hero forwards 1 square, I come out of the amplifying pylon, but I get the disruption virus as well, so that's going to jump. Wow, that was pretty effective. Alright, good. So that's all of my units having done their thing. So what we'll do is we'll end this turn. Hopefully my Harrier's not going to come under too much fire. Okay, they seem to be just grazing at the moment, so they're not doing too much damage. My hero's taking a bit of damage there. I had some armor stripped off my hero. So what we're going to do is, let's have a look. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to heal my hero straight away. That goes without saying. So we'll do a mend there, as that was quite a bit of damage that was inflicted. Right, so my Harrier's going to take this guy out. Should do it in one go, yeah. I do like the Harrier. It does a lot of damage.
Enemy killed.
And he's got Reward of the Dark Sun as well, so I'll try and use him for another kill if I can on the next turn. Right, so let's use our plant. We've got a 35% chance from there, but I like to stay within the range of the pylon. So yeah, we're gonna do the... There we go, stripped away 2 armor that time. So now my hero should make short work there.
Enemy eliminated.
Excellent. Right, then can you mind flay? Yeah, okay, 30%. I'm going to stay near my pylon.
Enemy down.
Oh, excellent. That was in. Right, so not much left to do now. So let's just move you forwards as much as I can. There we go. Get in the green and try and get a really good single shot. There we go.
Enemy down.
Right, well, that was all fairly straightforward.
Victory is ours.
So we've completed that. So that's great because that's freed up that site for so that I can move Olindel into there and get the bonus that comes with the... There was a bonus on this site, but let me see if I can move off and see if I can see it. There was definitely a bonus last time I looked there, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. It's under economy. There we go. Right, yeah, so I get +10 bonus for production and energy, so that's pretty handy. What I may do as well is I may go down to here. There's a vault here to be done. It gives me a gravity generator if I can annex that sector. So I will be moving down there and working on that site. And I will catch up with you soon once I've got some more news. Okay. Turn 62. Quite a few turns have gone by, as I didn't want to sort of keep coming back and trying to shorten the video a little bit. What I've been doing is I've been going around doing various sites. So I've literally just completed this site here, which is a DNA vault, which gives me a +10 and +10 to food and +10 to research, which is good. On top of that, I managed to capture a creature, which was this hopper hound right here. So I've just modded him and given him the bio regen, and I'm just waiting for him to heal up, and then he's going to join this army that I've got here, the army of Leonida. And hopefully Leonida, I believe, has learnt, no, she hasn't learnt animal discipline yet, so that it would be handy if she'd had animal discipline, because obviously I'd get the bonuses for that creature. But I have this quest I need to do, and there's some marauders there with a army power of 1,616, but at least I can attack with 2 armies. So I'm going to come in with both these armies, so it should be a fairly safe fight, get some experience for my animals. Then up on the top side here, so obviously I acquired the academic district earlier, which gave me that energy bonus. The hothouse I've also acquired, I've managed to complete the site, and I'll be able to annex that now for Ollendale and get a bonus there. The site that I did earlier in the game, which gives me bonuses to level 4 bonus, I can now annex for Adowin. So I'm going to annex that, and that's going to give me some bonuses there. And if you remember with Govinlas, I was training up those 2 things that were giving me the bonuses. So you can see now my production's at 303. So I don't know if you could see here on the left, but I can now build all of these units in 1 turn, which is really, really powerful. I'm now just training up my elite military facility so I can get my bombardons. And as you can see, I've got 1,628 energy. So I'm going to be building loads of heavy units as soon as that elite facility is done. I'm going to build at least 3 or 4 bombardons and hopefully put some cosmite on them. From a diplomacy point of view, Nicole wanted to join a defensive pact, and I actually refused because the issue is if you have a defensive pact with two opponents, then you can end up having to go to war with somebody that you've got a non-aggression pact with, and that can affect your standings and just make things really awkward. So I turned that down and then just kept sort of doing some compliments just to keep that in the green, so that I've got a good opinion with her. Zana, I've been trying to give pronouncements, but it's not really working. You know, it keeps going into the negatives. So I think I've just done a pronouncement just now. Yeah. So I imagine Zana's going to go to war with me at some point. So it's a good job that I really build up these heavy units, as heavy units I find work better against Advar, as they can tank a lot better. So that's pretty much where I'm at. On the other thing as well, with my Shrike, I just went wandering over here towards, if you remember, I was going towards Adam's territory, and I came across this Amazon independent colony. It only cost me 38 influence to build there, so I built a colony, and I'm just now building up the defense turrets and stuff, so it can at least kind of look after itself fairly well, at least against marauders and things, and then we shall maybe, oh, there's a cosmite thing there. Oh, that would be handy, except it's a pretty powerful army. So what I may do is I may just use this naval yard and just slowly build up some ships. It may come in handy, but I haven't decided yet, so I will come back to that. But in the meantime, I think I've pretty much completed all these sites. There's a site here which I checked out, but it's like 1,700 power, and I don't have any armies capable of fighting that. I really need heavy units for that. So I may reorganize my armies and go down and get that later. But I would imagine that will all depend on what happens with Zana and how well I do with my tormented spires for my doomsday weapon. So for that, I'm probably going to do that fairly soon. I had to do a research quest for the sci-fish, so that kind of slowed down my progress. So once I've got this operational effectiveness, and I've used the cosmite for my heavy units, then I will build those doomsday weapons. As we're on turn 62, I really want to build them sort of starting turn 70, as they take 10 turns to build. Then obviously I've got to train up the doomsday skill, and then it takes 10 turns from there. So I'd like to try and get this done by turn 100 if I can, but we shall see. So if you want, in fact, it's probably a good idea. I will do the manual combat here so you can just see that in action. And once I get there, that'll be in a couple of turns, we'll do that. Turn 64, and T1 has been defeated. I'm not quite sure who she was defeated by. It was possibly Adam, or maybe Zana was involved. I don't think Zana was at war, but I hope it wasn't Zana, because otherwise Zana will gain more territories and make her even more powerful. So on the diplomatic front, as you can see, I'm sweet with everybody. S96 wanted an alliance. I thought, as I've got an alliance already with Adam, there we go. So Adam was recuperating. So clearly Adam fought T1. So that's okay. I've also forged an alliance with S96. I thought, what the hell? Let's go for it and see what happens. Now, especially now that T1's been defeated, let me make a compliment to Zana. There we go, about defeating T1. So Zana was involved as well. So there you go. I'm in the positive, just. Right, on another note, what I'm doing is all of my colonies, I am training the Arborean Monitoring Station skill, which gives me 6 bonus research for every forest sector. And as you know, I've been doing my rapid reforestation, and I can do that anywhere where there isn't mountains. So, for example, I couldn't do it in Hygiene Heights or Office of Automatic Updates, but anywhere else, I've been putting forests everywhere. So, for example, Adderwin has got a forest right here as well. So with all of these, I am adding this Arborean Monitoring Station, so I can push that up at the moment. So it's at plus 263 at the moment. Once those skills have been trained, then obviously these colonies will be focusing purely on research. And in fact, actually, I can reforest that area up here. So let's do that now.
Operations primed and ready.
Let's launch that and reforest that area. And then we can also then add the Arbor Monitoring Station. I'm still trying to get this extra sector around, annex this sector here. And then once that's done, then I can then focus on energy purely for the Olindrel. All right, so that's all of that done. And now let's go and deal with these guys here. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so we're dealing with sort of a mixture of Dvar and Guardian. These guys all have big armor. There we go, 5 armor, 6 armor, 6 armor, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, they're normally more shields than Vanguard, but okay, so they've got armor. So we're going to be really focusing on things like corrosive detonator and things like that, I think, to try and strip away at that armor. So let's go in there. It's a low risk battle anyway, but I'd rather try and do this without losing any units whatsoever, if I can do that. So let's just do a manual combat on that one. It's always good to go in prepared, always go in with overwhelming force. Yeah, I believe this rocket dude here is a bit of a pain. I don't play the Dvar very much, if at all really, so maybe next time I'll have to play with the Dvar and see how I get on with them. Alright, so let's put ourselves into position. So let's get you up front. Okay, all my units, as always, are all modded. So we'll get, there we go. They can shoot from behind cover without any issues, so we'll pop them behind cover. We'll pop the hero next door. There we go. We can use our war cry in a sec. So let's get everybody nearby just so we can make use of that war cry. Can we Dark Vine right now? Let's have a look. No, you're out of range. So we'll just go into defensive mode. And then I've got 2 Biomancers with me. So at least I've got plenty of healing with me as well. So let's pop them at the back. Can we do a scan? No, out of range as well. So for now, they will just sit at the back here. There we go. And I think that's everybody. Oh yeah, and I've got to do my war cry. So let's get that war cry done. Right, and oh, I've got my other army, of course. Right, so what are we going to do there? This is a bit of a hodgepodge of people I've picked up along the way. Clearly, I've got hopper hounds, I've got the little autonomans there. So yeah, let's just move these guys into cover. Can you get into a dark fight? Okay, there we go. So we can at least entangle you if we can. Right, so let's move the Harrier into position. I'm going to put them just far enough so I can get them into defensive mode. Actually, we can get an overwatch on you, so we'll do that. And we will pop... Oh, we can get a war cry on you, so that's brilliant. Yeah, I try and get war cry on most of my heroes. I just find it's just a useful thing to have around. I think I can go 2 hexes on my war cry, so my plant should be able to pick that up as well. And then get my hopper hounds. They need some training. Okay, we're gonna go all the way with them and lack the defensive mode just so I can get them in range. Pop our autonoms at the back. Okay, they've got a little bit of overwatch as well. And let's do our war cry. There we go. Okay, I think we're in position. Also, my operational effectiveness, I got that skill trained up just before going into this. I wanted that ready, so I've got 13 tactical operation points. I've got 1,800 energy, so I should be able to use my tactical operations at every stage. Right, that's not good. So we need to get those guys off of there. Right, so the question is can I use, yeah, I can use my pylon in this situation.
Operations ready.
So, let's drop a pylon, I think. I think that'll be the best move at this stage. So let's get a nourishing field pylon and pop it right here. There we go. And then I can move this guy around to here. And get some shots off with the laser cannon. It'd be nice if I could strip away some armor first. Let's just check your armor. 5. Right, my girls with the bows, we can move them forwards and strip away a little bit of armor. There we go. And now we can use our... There we go. We can hopefully do that in one shot.
Enemy
Good stuff.
eliminated.
So that status effect was pretty nasty. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these guys all the way round. Let's see if I can dark vine these chaps here. Get them entangled. Yeah, okay, good. So they're entangled, so that keeps them busy for a while. I'm going to bring my biomancers forwards, and I'm not going to do a scan. I'm going to heal my Arborian. I think that's more of a priority. And then we can move these here, and now we can do a scan on this chap up here with the ramjet, as I really want him to be taken out as early as possible. And only 10% chance of a hit. That's not so good. Let's see if we can get a light bulb. It's 20%. Okay, let's give that a go. Wow, that was so off the mark. That was impressive. Right, let's get our hopper hounds a little bit closer. Get them into the fray because they're going to need some experience. And then we can probably move. Can we move forwards and get in with the lance? Yeah, there we go. So we can go after our entangled chaps here. There we go.
Enemy destroyed.
Brilliant. We've got some little demons as well. Right, let's bring our Harrier forwards. And we can get... Yeah, we can get a flanking shot on our little dude down here. And then I can probably get these guys, yeah, let's get them round the corner. In fact, actually, this guy's got armor, right? Yeah, he's got 3 armor. So, let me bring my plant forwards. And... Okay, now we can go straight through armor anyway with these guys. So, if I can get my autonomous up far enough... No, that was not what I wanted to do, but if I can get my autonomous far up enough, they can get a shot in, and then we should be able to then finish off with these guys with 1 shot. There we go. Job
Enemy
done.
eliminated.
Okay, and I think that's pretty much everything I can do. So let's end the turn. Okay, they're going after my hopper hounds, which I just acquired.
Be at peace.
because I want to heal those hopper hounds. I really don't want them to go. So let's prioritize here. Let's see, we need to get this guy and got rid of, so we can strip away Zana with our ladies. There we go. And then I think I've got Reward of the Dark Sun, so we should hopefully get that. Except he missed. Oh no, there we go. Got it on the second go. Right, my ladies need some healing. So let's... My tower has gone, my pylon, so that got taken out. So what we'll do is we'll heal our ladies, and then I don't want my hopper hounds, or I don't want to lose my sentinel either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop another pylon, and that may be enough to provide enough healing. Good. Okay, so let's see what we can do with these guys. Can I get a leap in here? No, they're too far away. So I'm going to put them in defense mode. I'm going to keep these guys down the back. They can't reach. I'm going to keep my sentinel down the back. Let's see. We can get a good shot in there.
Enemy annihilated.
Right, we've got these little dudes here. Let's use them to get the initial shot in, as I got them for free. Good. And let's get our plant forwards. Let's go forwards one. That's given us a 40%. Yeah, let's take that. Okay. Then our autonomons can do a little shot behind there. Everybody to get a shot in. Right, and now my hero can hopefully come forwards. Can my hero get within range with the lance? Just. Let's see if we can... I should have gone to the other square. I would have got an extra shot in. But let's have a look. 20% chance. Oh, there we go.
Enemy annihilated.
Right, so that was fairly straightforward. As you can see, the pylons came to my rescue to some degree. I actually didn't need the second pylon, but better to be on the safe side. So that's that completed. So that's another quest. So there we go, we got some energy and some influence points. So I'm using my influence at the moment to build relays. I'm going to build, forward bases all along this territory as well, because I may get invaded on the shore and they may just attack the forward bases and give me a little bit more time to regroup once I deploy that weapon. And I think that's pretty much it. I haven't got, the problem I'm running into now is I don't have any sites for me to do, except this one site which is like 1,600 forces, and I need my heavy units, by the way, which I'm building. So I'm building 2 bombardants, fully modded, and an initiate as well, which took up all my cosmite, but that will give me a nice strong unit. And then we'll maybe have to see what we can do about Zana. Zana may have been weakened by this war, so what I could really do with is actually being able to see her territory properly, and I can't really do that at the moment. But we may just declare war, I think, on Zana and just go for it. Plus, it makes for more entertaining viewing, right? Okay, time to move on. Turn 67, and I just received from Adam, who I'm in alliance with, a call to war against Zana, which is pretty good timing, as this is now the time when I was busy pulling all my armies down. So as you can see, I've got 2 armies of 6 right here. I have 2 armies of 6 right here, and I have an army of 4 here, and I'm also building 2 more units. And then I will have my full complement of armies all led by heroes. So I'm kind of in a position to attack. So that's really, really handy. So I am going to accept this call to war, as then I don't need to fabricate any casus belli, and do OK. I had to break my alliance with S96 because S96 wanted me to go to war with Nicole, and obviously I have a non-aggression pact with Nicole and I want to keep that. So I had to do loads of pronouncements afterwards to get her back on board. So we lost our alliance, but we still have the non-aggression pact. So that's all good. So we're going to basically work with Adam here at taking out Zana. So I'm going to be attacking down here, and nothing seems too heavily defended at the moment. So I will wait probably a couple of turns, just get myself in position, give some time for Adam to start his thing, so that he's basically getting more of his attention. Right, we're going to ignore that. We're not going to bother doing a quest over there. That's way too far away. And on the other front, I've finally managed to annex this sector called the hothouse, which gives me plus 20 on my research. So that's brilliant. And I get 2 research slots. So straight away with Ollendale now, I'm going to change that to maximizing, there we go, to maximizing my research. So I'm now up to plus 324. And on the next turn, when I get this, that should go up another 20. So that would be brilliant. And in fact, do I have any more people to put in there? Yeah, maybe one of my food guys will go in there as well. So that will be great. So that's really moving my my research along. So at the moment I'm doing Abyssal Shroud, which is going to take 5 turns. And then obviously we've got Oblivion's Refrain right here, which is the final one, so that I can then launch the Doomsday. Obviously then I will need to build the Doomsday Spires as well. Although I may just wait after doing the Abyssal Shroud and maybe try and get my Pteranodons and get my big heavy units, because they're fun to fight with. If it gets that far, we will have to see. Obviously I need to build up 150 Cosmite, and that's going to take a while, and I also have to work out where I'm going to put my Spires. I'm probably going to try and put them, if I can, on the Igloo Growth Chamber. I don't know if it'll let me, because that's obviously a special sector. If not, it can go on Nimbus Grove, and I'll use Boomerang Flats and Golden Sands, I think, as I've got a fairly good route. Then yes, so Nimbus Grove, Boomerang Flats and Golden Sands, because then I could put all my armies in Fesseral and Godalas, and I can reach everywhere from there. But that's in the future. For now, let's get into position and go after Zana. Okay, so we're at turn 70 and I am in position. First thing I did was I put some gravity generators, which I got as a sector effect bonus. I put one on Adowin and I put one on Hodin. And what that does is it impedes movement through the colony. So I don't know if I can show you that. See if I can bring up the. No, I can't. I'll have to do it in here, I think. Where is it? Fabricate gravity flux. There we go. So what it does is they get 4 extra move points moving through every hex. So it basically just really slows them down. So that was the gravity generator from the hothouse, which I got when I acquired this sector up here. So that's really, really handy. It does cost energy to use for every turn. So I've not put it on the others yet. I will do that when I go Doomsday. In the meantime as well, I've put Entangling Overgrowth on Zana down here, which reduces food production and also reduces movement, which makes it much harder for Zana to build more units. I am outside Guzivarak, and there's only literally an army of 5 there, and as you can see I've got all my armies in place. I can see up here that most of the armies of Zana are here, and they're pretty small armies, so things are not looking good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to entangle Overgrowth as well and see if I can do it. Success chance too low. Yeah, it's my because I haven't trained up my sort of espionage skills and stuff like that. I don't have enough operations points to be able to do that. I was going to hopefully slow them down because I got a feeling they're going to try and go to Adowin and take Adowin. But in which case I will just double back. I'm not too bothered. The other thing that I have done is, if I can just find, there we go. So my Harriers, I have acquired the skill to get hold of the not the hard light module, this module, the laser penetrator module. So I've taken off the other module, which is the incinerator module, and replaced this. So the incinerator module does a 12 strength chance of setting targets on fire, causing burning for 3 turns, and grants 10% damage. This one, on the other hand, let's close that. This one, on the other hand, strips 2 armor away, still does the 12 strength chance of applying charred, which is similar to burning, but gives me 20% bonus. So anything that's got lasers, so in my case that's the Harriers, the Shrikes, and the Arborians. I think it's the Arborian Sentinels, are they called? I can always forget their name. Where are they? There we go. The Arborian Sentinel, there we go. So the Arborian Sentinel, I've done the same thing there and put that on. As obviously I want to strip away armor from the Dvar. Right, so what we're going to do is I think we're just going to auto-combat these, because I'm not expecting there to be any main issues. I'm even willing to accept maybe a couple of losses of some units. So let's just put them in place. As you can see, because they haven't got any armies in there, I can pretty much completely surround the colony and be able to go in and just attack. So my forces are pretty powerful, yeah, 7,300. So we're going to auto combat that and see what comes of it. And I have lost 0 units. So great, perfect. So what I will then do is we will basically absorb this. No, we're going to migrate it into a... No, we're going to absorb because I want to keep everybody sweet. I could just raise it as well, which is another option. 9 turns. Now I'll absorb it into a Dvar colony. That's fine. And we'll do the same as well with Tekliev. And then obviously that will take out the main colony. Then if I could take out his main troops, her main troops, then obviously then we've won that war. But I would like to try and make these colonies mine as well. Although I don't see anything else on this continent because T1 has been defeated. So things are looking pretty sweet for me, to be honest. So I will upgrade my commander. What? That was not what I clicked on, but there we go. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick range specialist. Why not? There we go. Get that, and we get 26 damage now on that, and that goes straight through armor, which is great. So catch up with you soon. We've gone to turn 73 now, and I've taken over Tekliev. Once again, no losses there, so that was fine. But what's interesting is I have received a proposal from Zana, and Zana wants to become a loyal vassal. So I'd become an overlord, I get open borders, share vision, and I get 100 energy. Now, the thing is normally I would accept that. But in this situation, I am going to decline. And the reason why I'm going to decline is because otherwise what's going to happen is that it'll be business as usual for Zana. She'll still continue building her armies, and then when I launch my doomsday weapon, she'll come and attack me. So I would much rather remove Zana from the board, take away as many of her colonies as possible, because my my situation with my energy is quite dire. You see, I've got a big upkeep right now because I've got all of these things like gravity generators running, and I'm busy building all of these. I was building all these Arborian Sentinels to be able to protect my colony. In fact, I'm going to stop that for the time being because otherwise my upkeep's going to end up being too high, and that's going to put me in a bit of a problem area. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fight Zana, try and take her out completely. I'm not too worried about these units here. This one is a power of 800 and this one's a power of 360. So let's say about 1300. My colony alone has got that kind of militia power. So I might lose it, but there'll be no armies left and I can just come and retake it later. So I am going to go after Zana and remove her from the map so that I get all of her resources. And we'll see where that leads. Okay, so we've made it to turn 79. And this is very much a sort of crux moment. So all kinds of things have been happening that are quite bizarre. So Nicole Cruz just sent me a message, and that was fine. And as you can see, I've pretty much got perfect relationships with everybody. Let me give a little pronouncement. There we go. To Nicole. As you can see, I'm maximum on my influence, so I'm trying to just run around creating loads of forward bases just to make sure that I use that influence. But I've got maximum relationship with Adam, almost maximum with S96. But I got this message that Adam, Zana's become a vassal of Adam. Ah, right, okay, because I saw Zana and Adam forged an alliance, and I thought, well, hang on a minute, because Adam's on my side. But apparently Zana's become a vassal. So, well, that's not going to last for long because, as you can see, I have Zana surrounded and I'm literally going to be coming in with this one army. But before I did that, I just wanted to mention I've started building my spires for my doomsday weapons. So I've already got this one built here in Golden Sands. Then the one in Fusurial's 4 turns away, and I now have 50 Cosmite. So I can build the last spire in Nimbus Grove. There we go. So that's going to take 4 turns, and we'll push that up so it finishes at the same time as the other one. And then I am 4 turns away from my Oblivion's Refrain, which will allow me to launch my Doomsday weapon. Then on top of that, you know, I've been really focusing on Govelas, So what I did is I created this orbital relay, which gives me the bonus of, just gives me a +10 on all my facilities. And as you can see, I've got like 331 construction there and 145. So I'm looking pretty sweet there. You know, my production is amazing. I've already got 2 sentinels there. I've got another 3 there, and I'm building another 3. I've now acquired these 2 colonies, taken over these 2 colonies now. So one's a Devar, one's an Amazon. It was whichever one was the shortest to turn over. And then I will then be getting Saratova as well. So I've ignored Kadyrov because I need to go up here and just deal with Zana. And then that should put me in a pretty strong situation to launch my Doomsday in about 4 turns. I would imagine I can auto-combat this. I received a proposal from S96 to do a defensive pact, but I'm not going to bother with that. Let's auto-combat. You know what, even if I lose a few units, it's not the end of the world. No, I lost nothing, so we'll close that. And that is that for Zana. So what we'll do is I will stop it there, I think. I can level up my heroes. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up there, I think, because now we're in a great position for part 4 to just do the whole Doomsday thing. So I hope you enjoyed that. I was pretty much in control all the way through this one. The previous episode wasn't so in control, but this one was. So if you enjoy what I do, please subscribe. If you didn't like, then that's fine. But if not, then please give me a thumbs up and give me a like. And hit the bell icon if you want to be notified about part 4 and all the other releases that I do. All right, thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Take care. Bye.